In this lecture, we'll talk about some of the deformers in Maya. The first one is blend shape. Now, blend shape we have already seen in creating lip synchronization and creating eye opening and closing. So I'll just quickly explain this and we'll move on to the other deformers. I'll create a simple shape. Let's say a sphere. I'm going to reduce the number of divisions, make it something like 8. Now keep in mind, for creating blend shapes you should not modify the object as a whole object. We have to work only with the sub-object, that is vertex. So I'll make a couple of duplicates. I'll make a duplicate first, move it out. Okay, and in this duplicate I'm going to select these vertices. So the number of vertices in this object and this object should be the same. So I'll just make another duplicate. So I just have these 3 different shapes. Let me smooth all of them. Press 3, press 3, press 3. So I'll select this one first, shift select this one, shift select this one, and go to create deformers, blend shape options. Let's reset everything and give a name to this. I'll name it sphere, hit create. Now as you can see, the sphere input here. Okay, now this will basically give us the blend shape. So if I select this one and push it, so that's the first one, second one gets it there. Okay, now for creating blend shapes we also have another easy way. If you have a very high resolution object, we also have some kind of a sculpting tool in Maya. So for example, let's say I have a sphere. Let's say I have made a modeling of a face which is having very high detail, so I can just go ahead and duplicate this, push it out. I can go to polygons, mesh, and then we have sculpt geometry tool. So I'll go to options. Okay, so here we can also choose what kind of modification we want to do. Let's say I can push it inside operation, and maximum displacement, we'll keep it like that. Let's see, we've got a big size. Okay, so I'll make the brush size smaller. Okay, and starts to paint. Okay, so that, let's say that's something like a eye. Okay, and I can also create something like a mouth, and then I can pull in, pull out. So I'll create something like nose kind of thingy here. Okay, so that's just a funny quick sculpting that I've done. Now we can also create a blend between these two. So I can select this, shift select this, and go to animation, create deformers, blend shape. So now we can just hide this object, make this visibility 0, select this one, I'll hide the grid. Okay, and go to sphere here and we can apply this. So we can also create this blend shape like this. So I'll select this object. Okay, you can go back and forth. Now let's talk about lattice. Now lattice is a deformer that helps us to create some kind of a cage for our object, and we can modify it based on this cage. So I'll go ahead and create a sphere. I'll hit lattice. By default it gives us these kind of dimensions, so that it gives 2 vertices sidewise and it gives 5 vertices from top to bottom. So I'll go ahead and right click on this lattice and go to lattice point. So you can see that it gives you these lattice points like much similar to vertices. So I can select these things and I can pull out to create any kind of deformation that you want. So I can just push these things forward or like so. I can push this inside or out or any way you like. You can also scale these. If you want to create some kind of random shapes or blocky appearances or something like that, you can use this. Okay, but now keep in mind, the moment you remove the history, this information will be gone. So be careful when you delete history also. And if you move this from a different place also, it will not work the way you expect. So you have to be if you want to maintain the lattices, still you want to move the object to a different place, you can parent this lattice to this object, or you can move them together, or you can also group them together. That would work out. Otherwise you can delete the history. So once you delete the history, then the lattice gets disappeared, but the shapes that the final shape that you've modified will remain on this object. So that is lattice. The next deformer that we're going to look at is cluster. Cluster works based on vertices. So if I just have a sphere, for example, and I want to apply the cluster to just the top half of the sphere. So all I have to do is go to choose vertices, choose vertex, okay, select the top vertices, okay, and I will apply cluster. So what it basically does is it gives us this little C, and you can select the C to make those vertices to move. Now you'll notice that this does not look very much natural. So what we want is we want to create something like a fall off from this center of the object, so that it will have a very smooth, nice connection between these vertices here. So to do that, we can paint the amount of this cluster. To do that, let's select the object and go to Edit Deformers, Paint Cluster Weights tool. So let's go to Options. This is much similar to how we do paint skin weights. Okay, so it basically shows us the white area that is going to be completely influencing, and the other area, black area, that is not going to have any influence. So let's choose some replace, and I'll go ahead and give a value of 0, and I can make the brush size smaller by pressing B key. Okay, so let me just remove these parts. And beyond this point, probably I can paint with the 50%, so something like, let's say, a value of 0.4, and I can paint that here. Okay, and now I can also finally smooth it out so that it won't have very harsh effect. So let me just smooth out everywhere. So here I can give something like 0.7. Okay, now let's check out this cluster. Now it might be a bit difficult for you to select the cluster. If you find it difficult to be selecting the cluster, you can either turn off this mesh selection, or you can also go to channel box, or you can also go to outliner to choose to select the cluster. Now you can see that when I move now, compared to how it was before, now we're getting a very nice and smooth result. So if you want to create something like a jelly appearance or something like that, you can also use something like this to animate and create this kind of a jelly effect. You can animate this cluster, or you can create a control curve to make this cluster to be a child of that, and you can animate them. So that is cluster. Now let's take a look at something called mouse under carpet. Now this requires a few steps that needs to be done properly. I'll go ahead and create a plane, make it bigger. The more divisions that we have, the better the result will be. So I'll increase it to something like 50. Okay, I'll apply a nice looking material on this. I'll go to new material, apply a blend, go to color, choose file, go to my desktop. I'll pick up as main. Okay, I'll choose 6, so that shows the carpet. Okay, so I'm going to make a mouse to run under this carpet. So I'll go ahead and create a path for my mouse to run. Let's go to the top view, create, CV curve tool, options, make sure that it's cubic. So I'll start from here, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and I'll create a path like that. Okay, maybe I'll push this out. Okay, so we have a path. Now I have to create the mouse. We're not actually creating a mouse, we will create something that appears to be a mouse. So I'll start with a circle. I'm going to make the circle skinny, something like that. Okay, maybe a bit smaller. Okay, this is going to act as the mouse. So now let's go to the deformer. Let's go to create deformers, wire tool, options. Let's reset everything. Click close. Now you can see that once you have chosen the wire tool, it gives us some little tips here. It tells us or gives us the information. It says select the shapes to deform and press enter. So the shape that I want to deform is the carpet that I have. So click on the carpet and press enter. Then it says select the wire curve and press enter to finalize the operation. So now I will choose the wire curve. The wire curve is the one that I'm going to create as in the shape of a mouse. So click on that and press enter, and that's it. So it has created the wire to wire effect, but to make it visible we have to lift this wire object. So as you can see that it actually deforms the carpet. It makes the carpet lifted up. Nice. Now you can notice that if I push it forward, it actually stretches this carpet, but as long as I'm keeping it in the same place, it's okay. When we do this wire tool, Maya actually creates one more curve, which is basically a duplicate of the same curve, which will remain in the base of this object. So let's go ahead and find that curve. Let's go to Window and choose Outliner, and you can see that it says NURBS curve 1 base wire. So this base wire basically stays underneath this. It's not visible, so we can turn it on to make it visible, as you can see there. So these two curves together, if we move, let me select both of them. Okay, so if I move both of them together, now you can see that it basically creates the deformation throughout this shape. Okay, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's turn this off, select both of them, make them as a group. So Control G, so that creates a group. We're going to name this as mouse. This is the path that we created for the mouse to run around. So let's make this path, and this is the carpet. Okay, so now finally what we have to do is we have to create the path animation for this mouse. So let's select the mouse, shift select the path. Let's go to animate, create motion paths, and choose attach to motion path. Let's click on that, and now by default it basically takes the length of the timeline that we have, so it actually creates the animation for 24 frames. Let's play it back. If it's too fast we can slow it down. Oh, that's too fast. So let's go ahead and double click on this curve, this part, actually this little point that we have here. Okay, and let's go to the attribute editor, and there we have the time. We can increase this to any length you like. So let's make it 200 frames. Okay, so let's make this 200 here, and let's play that back. So this concludes the tutorial on creating deformers.